It's time for the trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
Happy New Year. Oh, Happy New Year. Hey, what happened here? What's going on over here? How did that thing move? It wasn't supposed to move. Let's see. Geez, go too far one way, too far the other way. What's going on here? All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay. Let's see. Try to line that up a little bit better. So here we are. It's if you're on the East Coast and if you're in the Eastern time zone, you're about 10 minutes away from the big moment that everybody's waiting for. So I will be bringing in the new year with, and you can tell I'm on a budget with the signature cherry Coke. Yeah, that's what I'm bringing the new year in. I was gonna run down. I was gonna go buy some Modelo, but I just didn't have time. I was, to tell the truth, I was that darn year in review video that I posted earlier today. We did the premiere. That I was trying to figure out. I've been trying to upload that goddamn thing since yesterday afternoon. So anyhow, that's what took my whole all my time. But I see Michael McAndrews has been in here for 107 minutes or something like that. So Michael, thanks for your patience. Thanks for being here. We're here. Now I think Michael, I think you are in the Central Time Zone, so you've got a little over an hour to go, I guess, for the big moment for you, if you're still here. But we got Michael here. We got non-useful, and non-useful's got a little countdown going. Non-useful says that there's 1,461 days until the 2028 election. Good luck, everyone, and try to stay alive. Ain't nothing happy about the new year. The verdict is still out. Well, we can always be hopeful. I believe in being hopeful. And then we'll see what happens, and whatever happens, happens. But, um, I guess that's kind of the major difference between 2016 and 2024 with Trump winning. I mean, I was in total depression. I was crying. This time I'm like, okay, all right, people. There's only so much I can do. There's only so much we can do. You know? But yeah, Michael says arrest Trump. Yeah, Trump deserves to be in prison as far as I'm concerned. Brooklyn, New York, 471 says, this is the latest New Year's Eve I've stayed up in many years. If you're still there, these chats, I think, were from an hour ago or whatever. So, but yeah, we got Michael. Brooklyn's here. Jolie's here. Hey, Jolie, good to see Jolie. If you're still here, not sure how old these are. These chats. People have been waiting in here for a while. We got 11 watching, 12 thumbs ups. Thank you so much for those thumbs ups. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you do that, that'd be awesome. We got, let's see, who else is here? We got, Daniel Berry's sports highlights. Again, not sure. As I get further down in the chat here, we'll know who's still here. Josh is here. It looks like I may be towards the bottom. So looks like Josh is here. Carrie C is in the driver's lounge. We got Michael McAndrews. You're in the Eastern Time Zone. Okay, so you're only 7 minutes away from the thing. I got the TV over here pointed out. I've got on my TV. I've got Norma Jelly on YouTube. She's walking around on the strip, and it's not too busy out right now. We're still, what are we, 3 hours away? Speaking of 3 hours, we'll see if I'm not sure if the mic's going to hold up. At some point, this mic will probably die, probably before we get midnight here. Hopefully, the phone is going to be. We're going to be president. The phone will probably be down in the teens of the percentage of the power. So, because I don't have it plugged in, I can't plug it in and have the mic run at the same time with the Bluetooth deal. So I can't plug the phone in, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll have just enough to get through to midnight. This mic that might not. That'll be the question. To see if we can get 3 hours out of that, 3+ hours. I've gone over 3 hours with this mic before, but also I've gone like just over 2 hours and it died one time, and it was on a full charge. So we'll see. If the mic goes, we'll just go to the old-fashioned way, where I'll just yell louder. So we'll see how everything holds up. Josh says champagne poured and waiting. Yeah, I didn't even go. I didn't even get the sparkling cider or anything, But this year, hey, whatever. I like my signature brand cherry cola. So there you go. I've got a few more of those in the fridge, uh, chilled and ready to consume. And I've been munching on my favorite potato chips, the salt and vinegar. I've been smacking on those. Look at there. GG Max here. Hey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, GG. Don't know if I've seen GG in here before, so thanks for coming by, hanging out. As we bring in, this is the last moments here of 2024. If you're in the Eastern time zone, you're 4 minutes away. I'm not going to really do a countdown unless I go to a New York feed or an East Coast feed. If I can, I'm sure, here's New Year's Eve 2025. That's all Las Vegas. I did have the like a New York one on earlier. But of course now I won't find it. So I guess I could go over to my library and let's see here. New Year's Eve. Well, by the time I find it, it'll be over with for New York or for the East Coast. Is it this one? I think that's Vegas. Yeah, that's Vegas. Well, anyhow, so I can't really do it. I guess I'm not gonna. Oh, there's Times Square, a ball drop. Oh, okay. So here's the Times Square ball drop. We're just 2 minutes away, and Mickey Guyton is singing "Imagine" with 2 minutes to go. Is she gonna make it in time? Shouldn't we be counting down? Why is Mickey Guyton, who I've never heard of before, singing John Lennon with less than 2 minutes before the ball drops? That doesn't make any sense to me. Everyone should be waiting there in anticipation, and start counting down. Maybe this isn't live. Maybe this is a delay. It says it's live. They're really cutting it close. So here's New York, Times Square. They push the button. They push the little plunger thingy. There it goes. Oh, 58 seconds. This is exciting. East Coast, you're 52 seconds away from 2025. Congratulations. You're almost there. Brooklyn says the ball changing colors. 36 seconds. Now, am I on a delay? Am I off? Because I'm at 27 seconds. AM says Happy New Year from New Jersey. I'm at 17 seconds. I don't know if this. I might be on a delay, a bit of a delay. So, because I have 9 o'clock, so it's 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, East Coast, Eastern Time Zone. Happy New Year, you guys. I know we're all doom and gloom. We don't like that Trump's president and all that kind of shit, but doggone it. Like I said, I'm not going to let them take away my happiness. So Happy New Year. Let's make the best of it. Let's remain strong, vigilant, all that good stuff. Yeah, all right. So it's 2025 for you Eastern time zone folks. Got about an hour. You have 59 minutes for the Central time zone. So we'll do it all over again. Yeah, I'll pop open another signature cherry cola, and I'll eat some more chips. Michael McAndrews, 3, 2, 1, burp. Gary G, we made it to 2025. Damn. Yeah, you made it. Congratulations to all you folks over there in the Eastern time zone. And all the folks in Europe, you're already there. Josh, I haven't bathed all year. Yeah, get in there. It's already been a whole minute. Josh, you're sticking up the place. Big Sissy Banana, I'm still on Central Time. Bwahaha. Yeah, you got a little time left. You got 58 minutes. Big Sissy Banana, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Again, another new name. I'm not sure if I've seen you before, so thanks for hanging out with us. If you'd be so kind as to hit the like, subscribe, and share button and share the show out, that'd be great. Because, this is the type of entertainment you want to see on New Year's Eve, I'm sure. Some old fat guy eating potato chips and drinking signature select cherry cola. Or it just says cherry cola soda. This is a cherry cola soda. Yeah, it is. Look at there. See? Cherry cola soda. It's not just cherry cola, it's cherry cola soda. That extra little oomph. But anyhow, we're not rocking in the new year. We're talking in the new year. We're gonna talk it in at the old Trucker John live stream. No big rock show for me. We're just gonna talk in the new year. So let's talk it in. Brooklyn says Frank Sinatra, New York, New York, New York, New York, my kind of. No wait, that's Chicago. Wait, whatever. I'm confused. Terry, see how now got to make it through 2025. Let's just take it 1 year at a time here. Yeah, take it 1 year at a time. AM drinking my non-alcoholic beer. Good for you. Jolie says me either, Josh. Yeah, I haven't. Come to think of it, I haven't either. Bathed all year long, or this year. Oh, actually, I shouldn't say that because I have. It doesn't work for me. I'm still in 2024, so I can't say that. The secret's out. Trucker John has not bathed in 2024. Like a McAndrews, yuck. Gary C says, "Come on, John. I bet you're hilarious with a buzz." Oh well, that goes without saying. I'm hilarious with. Wait. Yeah, I'm hilarious without a buzz. But I was gonna go buy me some Modelo's, and like I said, I don't have a car. I had to walk. It's a whole process. I got really it took me a long time to get that. I don't know what the deal was with that particular video. It was less. It was 56 minutes long. I've uploaded and downloaded videos 2 and 3 hours long that takes a couple minutes to download. And no matter what I did, I tried every which way I could, and I checked my storage. I've got plenty of storage. I got plenty of room. So there's just something about that video. It just didn't want, because I had it on all night last night when I was sleeping and not sleeping because of my CPAP issues and stuff. I had the phone. I had that video like downloading, and it just got to like 3/4 of the way, and it just stopped. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to leave it on all night. I'm going to just set it here and see what happens. And it didn't. In the morning, it was still not download. Still like right, hadn't moved. But anyhow, Robert Perez is here. Robert says, "Happy New Year, everyone." From your friend in San Diego, Chuck John. Thanks for keeping me company in 2024. You're so welcome. And likewise, I keep you company, and you guys keep me company. But anyhow, thanks for being here, guys. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't have any, nothing really entertaining. Like I said, we're just gonna talk in the new year. Now, I was thinking about, walking over to the strip, but I don't want to do that now. This is it's a little bit sketchy between here and the strip at night. I think I'd be okay, but I don't know if I want to or not. It's about a mile. What is it? About a mile to the strip from here? Maybe maybe it's 2 miles. It might be 2 miles. So in my old age, I'm not sure if I could really make that or not. Let's see. I was just looking again on my iPad. I'm only able to see top messages, and now for some reason it's not even doesn't even have the button where I can set the goal thingy. So anyhow, on there, but on my phone, I think it is all messages because it is different. Somebody posted some sort of an emoji or something. I guess that was Minda Nitrous, and we've also got Krista. Hey there. See those Krista and Mini Nitrous were. Oh, there's Mini Nitrous there though, but they're not all showing up on my iPad for some reason. But I guess if I just get real close and I look at the phone, I can see Josh says I would not be happy in that crowd at Times Square. Michael McGadra says I am glad I am home. Laura Lee says Happy New Year's 2025 will be our year to band together. Right, this is the year we're going to have to. We're going to have to band together and let's try to bring others along. Let's be welcoming. We had 15 million fewer people that showed up to vote this year than they did in 2020. We need to do a better job of getting people interested in voting. And all of us, and that includes the Kamala Harrises of the world, and that includes the DNC and all the Democratic members of Congress and everyone who's running for office. And I think those of us that get on the social platforms and talk about it, we need to be welcoming, and we need to give people a reason to want to vote. Instead of just feeling like it doesn't matter or they're not being listened, their needs aren't being. That's kind of what Wes is talking about a lot. Wes Webb, about the rural people not being not felt like they're not being listened to or having their needs addressed, I guess. And so I think that could be why we have low turnouts. I mean, you're going to have the base. Your base is going to show up. Your basic bitches. No, your basic folks. I didn't mean to call everyone a bitch just now, but your registered Democrats, your registered Republicans. The bulk of those folks are always going to show up, and then we always need to go into the margins. We got to get the new voters that are coming up, new kids that are just getting the right to vote, for the first time. And we need to get people who have become, I guess, jaded or disinterested or whatever. And we need to give them some reasons to get excited about voting, to want to come out and vote for something. So we need to find out what that is. Is it health care for all? Is it lower egg prices? Is it affordable housing? It's probably all of those things. Affordable health care. Um, let's stick to those issues and not just tell them that we're going to do it, but tell them how we're going to do it. Don't be like Trump was like, I got concepts of a plan. I have concepts. No, none of that concept bullshit. You can go ahead and tell them. It's not like this should be top secret and you're holding it. You can go ahead and say how if you have a plan on how to lower grocery prices or a plan on how to lower medical costs and health costs and insurance costs, go ahead and say it. If somebody steals it, this is one of the things. If somebody steals your idea, then let them fucking steal it. I don't give a fuck who implements it, as long as it's a good plan and it gets implemented. You know what I mean? Like, are you afraid? If let's say you're running for president, you're a Democrat. Are you afraid that Donald Trump is going to get your idea, your great idea on how to get universal health care? Hey, fuck him. If he wants to do that, then let him do it. I don't give a fuck if Donald Trump, as long as it's the best way of doing it. Now, as long as it's not some half-ass thing. But let's say Donald Trump said, "Hey, I'm going to steal this Democrat's idea, and I'm going to push for Medicare for all." Fine. I don't give a fuck. I want the policies. I don't give a fuck who implements it. But the thing is, we know that the likelihood of any Republican doing that is pretty, or at least spearheading that is pretty unlikely. Anyhow, I'm rambling a little bit. Let's see. Michael McAndrew says, vote for the USA or vote for Krapistan. Yeah, we're already in a kakistocracy. How do you say that word? Kakistocracy. This one of them kakistocracies. That's what we got. Yes. So it might as well be El Crapitan. Brooklyn, New York says, but Biden did do it. Don't get me started. I know. He had a great economy. The Biden boom. Remember the Biden boom? Remember Bidenomics? Brooklyn says you're quoting West Webb. I know, right? I know. Carrie C. like alternate truth. Michael McAndrews, Dumpy can take his concepts and you know what? Krista says I have concepts of cleaning the house too. Right. I can't wait till someone's kid saying, like you tell them clean the room up and the kid's like, I got concepts of cleaning my room, Ma. Don't worry, I got concepts. You'd be like, I got your concepts. Minty Nitrous says, I cannot relate to McDump. I don't see how people do unless you're a billionaire. Well, that's the thing, man, right? That's the trick. That's the big trick that's been pulled. These billionaires, I mean, Trump's whole goddamn administration, they're all fucking billionaires or multi-millionaires. And these fucking maggots that voted for him, well, they're going to find out. They're going to find out. Brooklyn, you were going to clean your house tonight? Krista, I never seem to get out of the concept stage. Josh says to Mindy, people remembered him from that crappy TV show. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like I've said before in past live streams, the masses are asses. And what I mean by that is just because it takes so long for information to filter through. And people are still 20 years behind as far as their impression of Donald Trump or their, what they think Donald Trump is, They think he's the guy on The Apprentice, and that character that he portrayed, this big, you know, mover and shaker, big New York City businessman. It's almost like they don't know anything about what he did during his first presidency. They don't know anything he's done since then with all the raping and the felonies, and the trade, all the being the traitor and the insurrectionist, this shit. They don't fucking know about that, but they sure as fuck know about the goddamn Apprentice. And that's why I feel pretty justified calling the masses asses. Brooklyn, New York, 471 says the Swifties stayed home on election day. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck is that all about? Remember when Taylor Swift, she came out, pretty much like endorsed Biden or whatever, and then there was the next day there was like 550,000 registrations. I guess someone forgot to tell all these Swifties that you're not done. That's not voting. Now you're just registered to vote at this point. Now you still got to go in and vote. I guess you got to lead some of these people by the fucking nose, man. Michael McAndrews, I'm in 2025. That's right. You are. Literally, yeah, they need their handheld. Krista says apathy 1 in 24. Now, I wonder if they're going to do the ball drop for like the Central Time Zone on. I've got the ABC feed on YouTube. Anyhow, but was that off? I guess it was when were you guys watching the countdown, and then was my little countdown like about 10 seconds behind? I wonder. I don't know. Hey, we got Roxanne here. Roxanne's hanging out with us, and Don O'Leary. Thanks for hanging out on this New Year's Eve. For all of us folks that aren't going out, we're just staying inside, where it's nice and safe and warm and cozy. We're just gonna hang out, you know, wait till midnight, say Happy New Year, and then go to bed. That's what I'm gonna do. At 12:01, I'm going to bed. Now, for you folks on the East Coast, it'll be 3 o'clock. I don't expect you guys to stay up. You know, there might only be 2 people in here for me, but I don't expect you guys to stay up till 3. But I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. I just thought I would do this. I really wasn't planning on doing a New Year's Eve show, but then I thought I'm going to do it because last year at New Year's Eve I was driving. I was driving an Uber. I remember last year. I remember driving, picking up people. It was coming. It was kind of busy, but really not any more busy than any typical kind of holiday weekend. Even though they do up at the Strip, they do shut down the street and just have it all just for pedestrians. I think I'm not sure where they do it. Maybe from Tropicana down to I don't know how far down they go. Flamingo, maybe. Brooklyn says it was behind. Yeah, so these doing the TV thing, I guess, doesn't really, you know, line up. I'll just go by your guys' account, whoever's still on it, for these counts here. I don't know if there's anything on my iPhone that I could do. Hey Siri, Can my iPhone do a countdown for the New Year's Eve? Hey Siri. Oh no. Hey Siri, can my Apple, what is this called? Apple phone? I didn't get that. Could you try again? Um,
Sorry, there's nothing to repeat.
Siri, can my Apple phone do a countdown for New Year's Eve? Hey Siri, can my Apple
Okay,
can
I
my
found this on the web for Mate. Check it out.
Hey Siri, can my Apple Watch do a countdown for New Year's Eve? I'm not sure I understand. So much for this technology. Hey Siri, can you hear me?
I'm not sure I understand.
Hey Siri, can my Apple Watch do a countdown for New Year's Eve?
Okay, I found this on the web for Can my Apple Watch do a countdown for New Year's Eve? Check it out.
Oh, look at there. How to add a countdown widget to your Apple Watch. Huh. In the third tab of the bottom menu, you can personalize the countdown. Um, really? Let's see here. Let me see this. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me. Okay. Hmm. It says tap the plus button. Open Pretty Progress. I don't have Pretty Progress. Oh, I have to download it. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I'm not going to download anything right now. You know. Yeah, I don't want to download them. Okay, so let's see how. What Laura Lee says it rained all day, so it was a crappy day. Many nights just stay safe and have a bowl puff up pass. Michael Andrews, 2025 to you, Don. Big Hook's here. Hey, Big Hook, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy New Year, Trucker John, and all of you in the chat. Happy New Year back at you. Big Hook, are you in the Eastern time zone, or are you? Which time zone are you in? Have you? Are you in 2025, or are you still waiting? Josh says my TV ball drop was almost a minute behind my phone clock. Wow. Hey, there's Janelle. Janelle says Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Janelle. Good to see you. Krista, I just got up at 7:30. Midnight is my noon. Oh, you're one of those, huh? One of those night owls. Seha says, I showed up because you did at Trucker John. Well, thanks for being here, Seha. Thanks for showing up. We're just going to hang out. You can just hang out for as long as you want, you know. If you need to bail out, that's fine. Yeah. Jackie says, Happy New Year, TJ, everyone. Happy New Year to you, Jackie. Thanks for coming by on this New Year's Eve. Oh, like I said, I wasn't planning on doing this, but then I thought, this is the last few minutes of 2024, last couple hours of 2024. So I might as well. Because then I started going off about how I was driving last year. I remember driving, and this year I'm not driving, so I guess I'll do a show. I'll do a live stream. Jeff Curry says New Year's resolution challenge, not going to crack jokes anymore. We'll see how long that lasts. Jeff Curry, so got 40 minutes. Yeah, now you're down to 35 minutes. Mini Nitrous, yeah, free car wash, laughing out loud. In the rain. You think it's a free car wash, but then it just makes the car dirty and anyhow, Mini Nitrous is like me talking to Luna, laughing out loud. Luna? Roxanne says, Jeff Curry, I told you that would make me sad. Don't worry, Roxanne. That's one of those resolutions that it's going to last like a day, if that. Krista says, Mini Nitrous, where are you? We just had a big storm pass through the Oregon coast a few days ago. Michael McAndrew says, why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. But I think I've heard that one before. Come to think of it. Sayhouse says, if Uncle Jack helped you off a horse, would you help Uncle Jack? I'm not going to say it because that's a tricky one. It's kind of like being named Mike H. You know what I mean? Jeff Curry says, Roxanne, I won't make you sad. Son has said I remind him of Norm Macdonald. Now you made me sad because now I miss Norm Macdonald. May he rest in peace. He was pretty funny. You know, that real dry delivery, you know, a deadpan kind of type of delivery. I'm not going to read it. Say how. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'm not going to read that. No, not going to do it. No, not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Not going to do it. Nah. Laura Lee, I'm in 2025. All right. Congratulations. Big Hook's in the West Coast time zone, same as me. All right. So we've still got, almost 2.5 hours. A little over that. Let's see. Michael McAndrews, time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. Jeff Curry, my ball drops in 30 minutes. I'm not sure what I'll do after that happens. That just sounded funny. Even if you weren't joking. Michael McAndrews, what did one toilet say to the other? You look flushed. Oh boy. I can see a whole string of those coming. Krista says, my cat insisted he wanted the window open, which it usually is. I opened it just enough so that the wind blew the rain in and the sky light up and sounded off. Then the power went out. Silly cat. Blame it on the cat. Jeff Curry, Jolie, now 34 minutes. I need to get some Uranus jokes off. See, I say Uranus. I pronounce it the way it's supposed to be. I don't fall for it, man. Josh says, Jeff, you'll say finally when your ball drops and the resolution will be over. See how I was laughing because I'm not falling for it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Brooklyn 471 says Amy Carter never goes on TV. Okay. Jolie is eagerly awaiting Jeff's Uranus jokes. See, if you say Uranus, it just takes all the steam out of it. You know, that's how you cut someone off of the pass. David Windler's here. Hey, Dave, good to see you. Dave says, Don O'Leary, Happy New Year. John, Roxanne, etc. Diane was in rock bands for 15 years in Florida before moving to Detroit. She seems to have about 60 songs to sing solo. Amazing. I was watching Diane. I don't know if she's still on or not, but I was watching about a good hour and a half over there. Yeah, I think she's really good. I enjoy Diane's singing and playing of the guitar. Jeff Curry says, Jolie, when walking in, they say, welcome to Uranus. I've been sitting on this one. Yes, your stinky guy is here. If I lived in Uranus, I would always pronounce it Uranus. No matter what. And I would say, you're not gonna get me to say it the other way. Mindy Dreisers has got some serious thunder going on. For Mindy. Where are you at, Mindy? Where's Mindy at? James Williams is here. Hey, James, good to see you. Thanks for hopping on in as we just wait for the countdowns. We already did one. Now we're about 29 minutes from the central time zone. Michael McAndrews says, what kind of cheese isn't yours? Not nacho cheese. Of course. I have a feeling Michael has a little dad joke book or something. He's just riffing them off there. Mini Nitrous, Connecticut. Oh, so you got some storms going, or some thunders. Some thunders. You got some thunders going through there, do you? Hey? Jeff Curry says, Jolie, see what I did there? Sitting on this. Michael McAndrews, I was reading a dad joke website. Okay. Yeah, who uses books anymore? What am I crazy? No one uses books. We do everything on a website. You know, on a tablet. Okay, I guess we're doing a memorial thing. James Earl Jones passed away. I guess they weren't doing a memorial thing because then they started doing like Elton John. I'm like, did Elton John die? Did Lady Gaga die? I didn't know Lady Gaga died. She didn't. I'm just saying horrible things. Anyhow, yeah, boy, how many people died this year? And then we forget about him. We know Jimmy Carter died because that one just happened. James Earl Jones apparently. The lady with the funny name, I think she's doing a year 2024 in review. Oh, I'm seeing closing credits. I guess that show's over with. It's over. It's over. Brooklyn 471 says that Elton John is almost blind now. I heard that. I did hear that. That's pretty sad. Josh says last year my dad got me a pun a day calendar. Those are always fun. James Williams says wait till Elon gets the Trumpers chipped. The Trumpers chipped. Just wait for the big fallout. That's going to be pretty delicious. Roxanne Arfield says Diane Russell put on a great concert. Yeah, like I said, I didn't see the ending of it, but I was watching at least an hour of that. Very good. Donald Sutherland, that's right. Donald Sutherland passed away. And you know, I remember I liked him, and of course he was in the whatchamacallit movies. But I kind of liked him like way back, you know, when he was this goofy kid, you know, kind of lanky. Like I think of was it Kelly's Heroes? He was kind of, you know, he used to play those really kind of oddball kind of characters, you know. Jeff Curry, how many died? All of them. Yeah. How many of the dead people died? Richard Simmons, Big Hook. Yeah, Richard Simmons. Remember him, the little crazy guy with the curly hair, like that do exercises in his little tight shorts. Donald Leary says TCM does a great year of Remember tribute. Jeff Curry, Elton John is blind. Well, welcome to Stevie Wonder's world. Really, you don't see Stevie Wonder retiring all of a sudden. Mindy Natchez, Donald Southern, yeah, passed away last year. Well, Yeah, for you last year, I guess. Big up, big up. Sorry if I missed saying hello to everyone. Hello, 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 governor. Robert Perez says O.J. Simpson died, but barely remembered he was a football player. That's not why he's barely remembered. It's because he turned out to be a real shit bag, and so no one gives a fuck. Look, O.J. Simpson was one of my favorite players growing up. I thought he was the greatest running back I'd ever seen, ever watched play. He was amazing. And then after he murdered his wife and Ron Goldman, his wife's friend. My opinion of him changed drastically. It really did. So that when he did die, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, fuck, about time. One less worthless piece of shit to take up oxygen. Big Hook still working for another 25 minutes. Robert Perez says, I only remember O.J. Simpson for his murder trial. Really? You don't remember his football play? My God, he was a Hall of Famer. He was a legend. He was one of the greatest football players that ever played. One of the greatest running backs in the history of the NFL. Donald Leary says Donald Sutherland, but in Animal House, I never will forget. Brooklyn, New York says OJ died and nobody cared. Yippee! Big Hook. Have you seen Stevie Wonder's house? Neither has he. Oh, come on. That's not right. That's not right, Big Hook. Say ha, I'm out. All right, say ha. Thanks for hanging in there for as long as you did. Um, thanks for being here. We'll see you on Thursday right here. Trucker John. Thursday mornings, Thursday Thoughts, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Jeff Curry says, Jolie, welcome to Uranus. I will respond with, you all have no idea what kind of asshole just walked in. I've been waiting for a slower day for that one. Roxanne Afro Donald Sutherland was in the Dirty Dozen as well, Trucker John. Yeah. Yeah, he did those. Yeah, that's right. Putin's Puppy's here. Hey, Putin's Puppy, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Ricky Henderson, yeah. Not just, what, a week ago, where I watched the documentary about him 2 days before he died. It was weird timing. And I never did find out like what he died from because he looked like he was in great shape. I remember just seeing him on something. Not too long before he died, and he was just turning, I don't know, 63 or something. So I never heard about what if he died from some disease. Did he die from a heart attack? I mean, it all seemed pretty sudden, and he looked like he was in great shape. But you just never know. Josh says my wife was looking for Dick Clark New Year's special. I asked if they had a crypt cam. Yeah, Dick Clark has been sort of tits up, as they say, for quite a while now. But I think didn't they keep the name for a while? Weren't they still calling it the Dick Clark thing? And then even after he died, maybe they still did. I don't know. To be fair, Brooklyn, New York says he was in the movie Airplane. OJ, yeah, OJ did some acting. That's for sure. Yeah, he did a little acting. But I remember him. My first memory of him is as a football player. And I know he was a U.S. He was of course like a USC Trojan. Won the Heisman, and then he played. He went to Buffalo and played for the Buffalo Bills for most of his career. And that's why when I think of O.J. Simpson, that's the first thing I think of is him in that Buffalo Bills uniform and just running all over the field like a crazy man, hard to tackle, fast, uh, putting moves, faking people out of their jocks, all that kind of stuff. And then he played the last couple of years. I think it was the Niners, and he kind of blew his knee out, and he was never really the same after that. I think he played a couple of years with the Niners, and that would have been it. But that's what I think of him as. And then until I go, oh wait, yeah, except for that being a fucking horrible murderer. Um, and so that just ruined that just soiled everything he did. That he could be funny, and he did comedies. He did more kind of some serious movies where he was okay, and kind of did a little bit of action type stuff. Um, you know, he did commentary, sports commentary, all that stuff. And plus he was literally one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. And people loved O.J. Simpson. That's why when that happened, that whole thing happened, it was like people were dealing with denial. I was dealing with denial. Like, he didn't do it. He didn't do it, or whatever, And when the cops are chasing him down, I'm like, don't shoot him. Don't kill him. Because I thought they were going to kill him. Now I'm like, well, maybe I wouldn't care. But at the time, because I didn't really know, this is the day that they were chasing him down. And so I didn't know all the details of the case and everything. But so I'm like, no, don't kill OJ, But he's a piece of shit, and you know, so all of that goodwill, all that he had gained over his whole life up to that point, flushed it right down the toilet. Donald Leary, Trucker John doesn't remember that part. Laughing out loud. What part? Well, Perez, same as me. I remember him from the Hertz commercials, all those movies. Yeah, he was. I remember the Hertz commercials. Jeff Curry, Jolie, when you walk in and holler, "Welcome to Uranus," the funny comments just fly in mind. Welcome to Uranus. I just think of like space travel or something. Big Hook, Dick Clark's New Year's Eve. Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve, says Brooklyn, New York. Josh, wasn't OJ in Naked Gun? Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Robert Perez, my friend, U.S. American, got diagnosis that the cancer from 4 years ago is coming back in January. Very sad day. That is very sad. Cancer sucks, man. Fuck cancer, right? Jeff Curry says, Jolie, that is half the fun. I'm ready for it and come back with silly shit. Tourist, I'm sure just blindsides them as funny. Michael McAndrew says, good night, all you good people. Happy New Year. Hiccup. So, well, same to you, Michael. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. We got 16 more minutes until the Central Time Zone. Michael's already was Eastern, right? So you're already there. So thanks for hanging out with us, and hopefully we'll see you on Thursday. Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, which I guess will be noon for you. So your day will be half over by then. Jeff Curry, Jolie, and then the tourists walk in. Big Hook says, let's see how many of Trump's campaign issues he backtracks from because the Republican House is divided and in chaos. And plus, he said a lot of shit that he couldn't deliver, even if they weren't in chaos. Roxanne Arfield says, have a good night, dear. Michael McAndrews. Everyone's saying good night to Michael. Did I? Big Hook says, happy New Year, Turtle Toes. That's, I think, talking about Jolie's turtle. David Windler says, I saw the white Bronco go by on the 405. They were going slow. I remember watching it on TV. Yeah, that was the slow car chase. Roxanne says, say how you didn't really leave, did you? Putin's puppy says, scientists think there could be a black hole way past Uranus, but it would only be the size of a tennis ball if it existed, so no worries. Jeff Curry, boy, we're just Uranus Central today. Uranus was a titty bar that got shut down in this red area. They opened the Uranus Fudge Factory and it turned into a tourist trap. It was a trap. Oh, the loud Mexican music is starting up. Must be getting close to midnight. We still got 2 hours and 14 minutes. I walked out just before I started the show, and it was really quiet out. Like no one was out, and I figured, well, there's still almost 3 hours. So, and I was thinking maybe around just before midnight, I might, if the camera still has some juice in it, maybe I'll take it outside and we'll watch. We'll see what the sphere is doing. I'm sure the sphere's got a countdown going, and I can get a pretty good view of the sphere from here. I'm hearing. I don't know if there's a firecrackers going off now. Why don't they wait until midnight? I don't know. I guess they got plenty to burn off. I don't know. Mindy Nitrous, any word from McDump on TS? On TS. Who's TS? Robert Perez says, hey, Johnny, is it too late for you to do a beer run on live TV? I don't have a car, and I'm not walking in this neighborhood at this time of night. Even though there's a convenience store just about just at the end of the block. But, nah, I'm good right where I'm at. Mini Nitrous, the Simpsons predicted the black holes. Jeff Curry, I live near it. Midas Kevin Anderson's here. Hey, John, he says. So, hey, back at you. Thanks for to Midas Kevin hanging out with us as we sort of bring in the new year. Sort of. Aaron West is here. Hey, Aaron, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Aaron. Aaron, are you Eastern time zone? Yeah, I guess you are, huh? So, Happy New Year to you. Joss says Uranus is a gas giant. Big Hook, the mariachi bands are getting ready. It's off now. They just had it on for a few seconds. An old cranky Trucker John had to make a comment, didn't he? Like, yeah, shut that music off, god damn it. Jeff Curry, I'm hearing fireworks here. I should shoot crossbow in the air. Yeah. That can't go wrong there. Krista says, everything from 9 p.m. Pacific time on this New Year's bangs already starting here. Robert Perez, Uranus is close to the kidney. It has a place in the kidney, I think. Mindy Nitrous, True Social. Big Hook, happy New Year to Aaron, it says. And they're saying hi to Kevin and another Happy New Year to Aaron. Look at there, I'm all caught up. Oh, I'm hearing. What I hope are fireworks and not gunshots. And again, why are you doing this at 9:49? Can't you just wait till midnight? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to make the noise right at midnight. Like whenever, if I've ever had firecrackers, I've done things where we're at the house, and at midnight we run out. Me and the kids, we run out into the front yard and clang pots and pans and yell and scream. We did our little primal yell and just like, Happy New Year, and we're clanging pots and pans. But we did it at midnight. We didn't do it at 9:49. We had a plan, and at midnight we're going to do the countdown. We're going to run outside and we're going to make as much noise as we can for a few minutes, and then we're going to run back into the house and then go to bed. We did not shoot any guns into the air. A couple of times I think I might have had some firecrackers. Maybe I lit off a few firecrackers, but it was always right at midnight. It wasn't at 9:49. For God's sakes. Robert Perez feels sorry for all the dogs who are outside. I know, the poor doggies, they don't like that noise. And the kitties and other various animals. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know? Big Hiss says, didn't CSI have an episode where a gun fired in the air killed someone as it came back to the ground? Probably because they do a lot of stories based on real life, and that happens all the time. Every year, someone gets shot in the head, and a lot of times people die. It happens in LA a lot. It happens even out in Palmdale, Lancaster, where I lived. Someone got hit in the head with a bullet, but someone had just fired straight in the air. People have to be reminded, I guess, that what goes up comes down. Jolie says, John, I refuse to accept your pronunciation of Uranus. That's how it's pronounced, Jolie. Look it up in the dictionary. It's Uranus. Krista says, I yell, move to the East Coast to the yahoos around here. Mads Kevin says, Happy New Year to Janelle. Mindy Nitrous, yeah, my cats freaked out in the thunder boom. Josh says, I used to get fireworks when I was younger and had a gig right by the Pennsylvania border. Krista says, what are you going to do? I play loud metal music with a lot of bass to mask the noise of the fireworks. Okay. Minus Kevin says, I hope everybody liked our concert. I did. Over at Diane's, I was watching about, I think, over an hour of it. I managed to watch, and she was great. Did a great job, as always. I loved it. Jeff Curry says, I watched Marathon of the Lone Ranger. All that shooting, not one gun kicks. Yeah, they're like little pop guns, I think they were using back in the day. Okay, I'm going to see. Well, I guess we'll leave it there because it says New Year's Eve around the world. So I think they're going to do a countdown, which will be probably 10 seconds behind, unfortunately. But anyhow, I'll leave it there. Where was I at? Oh, Jeff Curry says, I watched Marathon. Oh, yeah, I watched that. Jeff Curry, Jolie, he don't get it. No, you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it. It's pronounced Uranus. Robert Perez says, hey, Johnny, if you don't straighten your Uber problem, are you going to get back to truck driving or try Lyft? Probably one of those two things. For sure. It'll either be Lyft or it'll be truck driving. I'll be finding out in the next couple weeks here, I guess. Jeff Curry, it's... Yeah, but your joke is faulty because you have to change the word to differently than the way it's pronounced. So I reject your joke because you are manipulating the English vocabulary, the English language, just so you can have a juvenile joke. Minus Kevin says, thank you, John. You're welcome. Laura Lee says, I missed it. Next one I must watch. Oh, you missed Diane's show? She usually goes about every Sunday. She does a concert, and then tonight was a special a New Year's Eve deal. So, Josh, what about Hyannis? What about Hyannis? Brooklyn, let's not fight, guys. I'm not fighting. I heard another gunshot or firecracker. It's a pretty. If it's a firecracker, that's a pretty loud one. But I don't know. I can't just imagine someone out there blipping off gunshots. That'd be crazy. So it must be some kind of firecracker or something. And in these courtyards, it can get kind of loud, I guess. Anyhow, nitrous woke is a misused word. Robert Perez says, if truck driving, you want to do local, rail, short line, or long haul. Well, the company that I've been in contact with, it would be all 48 to start with. It would be cross country over the road, with the idea of getting into a local dedicated run, and which he told me they have those, but they don't have any right now. And he says it would be a matter of time, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, where I could get into a dedicated local run. So we'll see. We shall see. Steven Sayers says, made it to Trucker John's Mad New Year's Eve celebration. Rock on rocks. Hey, Steven Sayers. Like I said earlier, we're not rocking in the new year. We're just talking in the new year. Jolie says, I looked it up online, Webster's Dictionary. It lists both pronunciations. That's correct. Well, I think the people that use the other pronunciation, the one that sounds like something a 12-year-old would say, is something that a 12-year-old would say, I guess. Jeff Gray says, ain't my joke. Ask them. They got the huge crowds. I get the joke, Jeff. I fucking always have gotten the joke. You don't get the joke that I'm playing on you. Anyhow, Krista says, I've heard Uranus pronounced both ways. Yeah, and I will contend that the people who pronounce it so that it sounds like you're talking about someone's anus are I still say they're incorrectly pronouncing it. And that maybe so many people pronounce it that way that Webster's went ahead and said, all right, we'll put them both in there. Steve Sayers, someone in your neighborhood has a cannon. Is it picking up on the mic? Can you guys hear that? Yeah, it's loud. If it's picking up on this mic, then it's loud. Laura Lee, I loved Antonio Brown, so I understand. I don't know who that is. Jeff Curry, Jolie, yes, you did research. Janelle saying Happy New Year to Jeff. Robert says, whatever you decide, good luck to you, Johnny. Thank you, Robert. I would prefer going back to rideshare, to tell the truth. And that's what I'm leaning towards. I kind of want to check out this company. They have orientation on January 15th. I would kind of like to go down there and check out the company. It might be. I've always been interested in this particular company. They're a local company here out of Vegas, and I know exactly where they're at. They're on Losee Avenue or Losee Road, right across the street from the Blue Beacon. If I ever start a rival truck washing company, I think I'm going to call it Blue Bacon. Anyhow, it's a Blue Beacon, and they're pretty much kind of right across the street from there. So I've always seen them, and I've always been kind of interested in this company. So I might give them a little peek, see what they're doing. Josh, 2 minutes for Central Time. Oh, look at there. All right, guys. Let's stop our bickering and our fighting, Jeff. And it's a countdown. I wish I could get my watch to do a countdown. I guess I have to download an app to do it. Anyhow, I believe it's 10 o'clock, so Happy New Year to Central Time Zone. All you folks, I believe that... Jolie, are you Central? Or are you over the line on the Eastern side? I always forget for some reason. I should know. But anyhow, you guys, Jolie, she's like, yeah, 12-year-old sense of humor. Proudly, right? Well, yeah, Happy New Year, Central Time Zone. Welcome to year 2025. 2024 is behind you. Now we're going to be working on 2025. And so, congratulations, you guys all made it. And good luck. Good luck to ya. To yas. But yippee! 2025 for the Central Time Zone. All right. Krista says, Trucker John, I'm talking about science shows, not jokes. Again, if you're a scientist or a teacher for that matter, and you're saying, okay, I'll say it, and you're saying Uranus, you're just inviting, especially if you're like a middle school teacher or a sixth grade teacher or even a high school teacher, you're just inviting all the fucking, you know, juvenile delinquents or whatever to just get all the Beavis and Buttheads to be in there like, he said Uranus. So if I was a teacher and I taught science or whatever, I would never ever say Uranus. I would say Uranus. That way you avoid all that shit. So if there are scientists saying Uranus when they're talking about Uranus, then I kind of lose a little respect for them because they should know better. Now, if it's Jeff Curry telling a joke, fine and dandy. But if you're a science teacher and you're saying Uranus instead of Uranus, I got a problem with that. Because no teacher I can't remember any teacher that was talking about planets and solar system ever saying Uranus. Maybe that's why, I was taught to say Uranus. So that you didn't sound like you were saying Uranus. It's just logical. It makes sense. Now, if you're telling a joke, you're making it a joke. I get that. But especially if you're a scientist or a science teacher, and you're saying Uranus, I mean, maybe that's a way of checking if the class is awake. Maybe, I don't know. Jolie's in the Eastern Time Zone, so Jolie, you've been in 2025 for over an hour now. Yeah, that's right. You're right. Because I know that Central Time Zone is pretty close there, isn't it? Is it the Mississippi River or does it move over? I can't remember now. Krista says, dog shaking. Jeff Curry, Big Hook Jolie isn't in Canada. I was joking. Yeah, so Happy New Year. Jolie says the Central Time Zone. Time for fireworks, says minus Kevin. Big Hook. I know I'm giving her props with Letterman. Vicky said, I wonder how much impact the hurricanes had. Brooklyn 471, how would Wes Webb pronounce it? I don't know. Krista says, Uranus sounds so much better, right? Uranus, it's Uranus, not urine. Uranus. Glory Lee, good riddance. Good riddance to 2024, right? James Williams says, I have family in the Philippines. They are 15 hours ahead of us. They started celebrating a lot sooner than us. Yeah, they're way into 2025. They're way into it. Vicky says, why do you suppose he changed his mind about mail-in voting? I don't know. Who Trump? We're talking about Trump now? Robert Perez says, when the hemorrhoids attack Uranus, call on the Klingons to defend your ass. Janelle Jeff Trollmaker, Putin's puppy says, Moms for Liberty believes Uranus should not be taught till college. That's pretty funny. Jolie said, all of my teachers said Uranus, and we always laughed. Well, I guess they were trying to make you laugh. I guess they were trying to, maybe that was a way of getting the class to pay attention and once they heard, that would prick their ears up or whatever. Apparently, I was in classrooms that we didn't need that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Jeff Curry says it was a science teacher. If I was a science teacher, I would never make a joke to students. We need to help expand young minds. Uh, okay, Uranus, Uranus, Uranus. Job says my wife says Uranus is visible in the night sky. Uh, now I'm laughing. Jeff Curry, Janelle, not anymore. Uh, Janelle, I was just joking at Jeff Curry. I know you guys are all just joking. Joke, joke, joke. While you joke, I'm going to have a potato chip. The good old salt and vinegar. I'm just seeing what's on now. I'm going to see what the strip looks like. Hey, look at my Harris Walls rally is coming up on this feed here. I've never seen my own videos pop up on my feed like that. There it is. Huh. That's weird. That baby's got 293 views. Thank you very much. The Kamala Harris Tim Walz rally in Las Vegas, just days after she was, put into the running. I went over there and got that video, and yeah, it's at 293,000. That's by far my most watched video. I think I've got another one. It's not the Feet on the Dashboard the actual movie. I think one of the teasers that I made I don't know, it might be the 90s or it might be around 100,000. And then the actual Feet on the Dashboard, that's got, when I looked at it, has like 77,000 views. So thanks to everybody who's been watching my videos. I appreciate you. And I don't think Uranus has come up in any of those videos. Rubber press, crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah, I know. That's the thing about eating chips. It's very crunchy, especially with a microphone right in front of you. Wavy Lays, says Steven Sayers. Janelle, it was fun while it lasted. Brooklyn, new year, new you. Right. Jeff Curry, salt and vinegar, tater chips while talking about Uranus. Uranus. I see what y'all doing. Nope, I'm not going to break. I don't know what one has to do with the other, but okay, whatever. Janelle Walker says, Jeff Curry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Midas Kevin Anderson says, we love you, Trucker. Oh, thank you. Midas Kevin. Even though I'm a stickler for... Jeff's going to love this. I'm a stickler for Uranus. Okay, so let's see here. I don't need to watch my own video. I just clicked on it because I was amazed that it came up in my own feed. I've never seen that happen before. Maybe because I had been watching it a little bit because I put that in my year in review deal. So maybe that's why it popped up again. Let's see. Oh no. Okay, now I know what happened. Okay, let me go over here. So that's back to the around the world one. I just leave it there. Uh, Jeff Tree, Janelle, I don't get offended. Laura Lee, hopefully something diverts. Ooh, did you hear that? Somebody that might have been an aerial uh, fireworks someone shot off just now. That was loud. Just see where was I at? Laura Lee, hopefully someone diverts him from getting it. Janelle, yes, we love you. Oh, thank you, Janelle. Brooklyn says your urine your urine review. You guys are relentless. You're relentless, aren't you? Year in. That didn't help, did it? Um, Janelle's laughing at that. See, that's the thing is, I don't go there. Like you guys, Jeff Curry, I know Liberal Dan. You guys, your minds live in the gutter. Mine does not. It never has. So when I hear something like "you're in review" or Uranus or whatever, I don't immediately go to what would be a secondary meaning. I go first to the literal meaning. I don't live in the gutter. You know what I mean? Not there's anything wrong with that if that's where you want to live. Just don't cry if people say that you smell like you live in a gutter. You know. Roxanne says, "I step away a few minutes, and what do I see?" Yeah, really. Hey, Vicky's here. Vicky says Brooklyn 471. Here we are, surviving. Hey, Vicky, good to see you. Thanks for being here. James Williams says, "Isn't that the Florida governor's former publication, the year in review?" I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. You know. Jolie says, "I live at 1234 Gutter Lane." Yeah. All right, Jolie. Janelle's laughing. We're all laughing. It's good to laugh, especially on New Year's Eve. You know, we need to laugh. Jeff Curry says, "I used to have a gutter mind." That was about 14 minutes ago. That's right, Jeff. So now, are you starting your resolution to not tell jokes anymore? Should we start at another clock to see how long it takes for you to break that resolution? At first I said a day, and then I said, if that. So we'll have to see. We'll just have to wait and see. So I've got 1 hour and 46 minutes, I think. Wait. Yeah. 1 hour and 46. I hope I can stay awake till midnight. Although I do watch TV usually until 2 or 3 in the morning. So I don't know why it should be so hard for me to stay up now, but I am feeling kind of tired. I guess it's just different when I'm sitting up in this chair as opposed to being in my bed watching TV. I don't know. But yeah, for you folks over there, congratulations. Now we're just waiting for us to get to 2025 and to catch up with you. And then we'll know what it's like to be in the year 2025. It's kind of like I hate to rush time, especially when you're older and you know you don't know how many more years you got left in you. So I hate to like rush time along, but I kind of can't wait for these next few years to get over with so we can get past the this Donald Trump administration. But I don't want to just, have the next 3 or 4 years of my life just whiz by. I would kind of like to cherish every moment. So I guess there's a kind of a balancing act there of cherishing every moment, living in the moment, but also wanting to get through this moment and get into hopefully a time when we don't have these just deplorable people that are running the country. Jeff Curry says that was not a joke, but I can see how it could be misconstrued, misconstrued as such. Josh says misconstrued, Jeff. Josh is on the job there. James Williams says tomorrow is promised to no man. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. You're absolutely right, James. So I guess, live in the moment, cherish every moment that you got. Even if it's under a shitty president and a shitty Republican leadership, we can still cherish the time we have on this planet. Whiz, don't let it whiz, or don't let it whiz by. I see what you guys are doing now. We're going to have double entendres on everything. Everything. Josh says, my resolution is to do what I can to get done what needs to get done. There you go. Jeff Curry says, Josh, I'm not good at this side of life just yet. Roxanne Armfield says, same to you, dear Stephen Sayers. Same to you. Happy New Year. Krista says, had 2 biopsies, got results. 2025 is the year of specialists. Yeah, Krista, I hope that you get, the best care that you can on that and get that resolved in a positive way. Hope the best for you on that. Yep. So what is going to happen when Trump takes office? What's the first thing he's going to do? He talked a lot of shit, right? He talked a lot of shit about day one, I'm going to do this. Day one, I'm going to do that. What's he going to do? Do you think the first thing he's going to do is the deportation thing? That might be, because I'm trying to think, like, what can he do? That might be kind of the easiest thing for him to do. And that will be awful for a lot of people. I mean, if they do this where they just start deporting people and they're just basing it basically on probably the color of people's skin, or, they even said someone, what was it, the one guy with the mush mouth? I think he even said, yeah, some legal residents are going to get caught up in that. They don't give a fuck. They don't fucking give a fuck, do they? Krista says it's 2015 all over again. Yeah, or at least 2017 all over again. Oliver Brownlow says the best of times is now. What's left of summer but a faded rose. The best of times is now. As far as tomorrow, well, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? That was the great uh, Keats. I don't know. Let's see. Joss says the first thing he does is order McDonald's. Yeah. First McDonald's. Let's get us some McDonald's. Let's get some Mickey D's in here. All right, and then we'll do some heavy deportation. Vicky says, "Long live Martin Mull." I remember Martin Mull. Didn't he pass away a while ago, or did he just recently pass away, or is he still alive, or is that his quote? I don't know. No. Let's see. Krista says he's going to look busy and do nothing except what the rich handlers tell him to do. Steve Sayers, Trump will delegate. Yeah, because he's such a good delegator. Hey, Mike Maybear's here. Good to see you. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. If over here in the West Coast in the Western time zone, Pacific time zone, we're still waiting. As is the Mountain time zone. Mountain time zone is going to be in about 38 minutes, I guess. But yeah, Happy New Year to you. You're over there. Tamara Price says, I woke up from a nap. Hi, everyone. Hello, Tamara. Hi, Nappy. Did you have a nice nap? You should be ready and raring to go for the next couple hours, next hour and 28 minutes, I guess. Oliver Brownlow says, it's the great Jerry Herman from the Broadway musical La Cage aux Folles. There you go. Myers Kevin Anderson says, what I'd want Trump to do as the first thing is shut his arrogant mouth. Well, yeah, there's a difference between what you would want him to do and what you think he will actually do. I'm not even going to say what I was just going to say. I don't know if I can get in trouble for it. Of what I want him to do is basically go teats up. I don't, fuck it, take my chances with Vance at that point, I guess. But that's what I want. It's not what I'm going to get necessarily. I know we're not supposed to wish those type of things on other people. I know we're not supposed to do it. But I think there's always an exception to the rule. And Donald Trump is that exception, I believe. Vicky says, this year, we're going to do it this year. We're going to do it. Jolie says, Happy New Year to Mike Mayberry. Roxanne Arfield, in our dreams, by Kevin Anderson, in our dreams. And I guess my wish is the same as mine is Kevin's wish, in a way, right? Krista, Big Mac heart attack. Usually when people, let's just say hypothetically, if someone wishes death on someone, it's usually for a good reason. I mean, at least speaking for myself, I don't go around wishing death on just anybody. So if I was to wish death on someone, let's just say hypothetically, it was a Donald Trump, I would do that. It would be, I think, for good reason. I'm not just doing it, I'm not just pulling it out of my Uranus. Or out of Uranus. You know what I mean? Stephen Sayers says, who has the betting pool on when Trump has a massive stroke? Yeah, I don't know. I bet you I wonder if the Vegas has any odds on that kind of thing, or probably not. No, they're probably not allowed to. But there's probably some Deadpools around. Roxanne Arnfield says we should be so lucky, Krista. Yeah, we should be so lucky. Why does Kevin Anderson says, God let our dreams come true? Rocks. Roxanne. Oliver Brownlow says, can't we force Congress to vote on removing Trump's 14th Amendment ineligibility to take office? If we can, it requires a 2/3 majority, or he can't take office. I don't think we can force Congress to do that, but we could maybe flood their offices with phone calls and send cards and letters and do that kind of a thing. And maybe if it was such a overwhelming, response or action by the constituents, that might force them to act. Krista says, I never wish death on anyone. I'm not that nice. Right. I get you. I get you. Yeah. Yeah. For some people, death might be too easy of a thing, right? Too nice of a thing. Josh says he should golf in thunderstorms and show off how tough he is. Imagine the views he can get. Minus Kevin Anderson says, first time for everything, Krista. Paul J says, howdy, truckers. Hey, Paul J. If you just came into the chat and just came upon the show, we're talking about some grisly stuff on this New Year's Eve. Between all the Uranus talk and wishing death on Trump, this show has taken quite a turn here. Quite a turn. 33 minutes for the mountain time zone, I believe, yeah. To get to the ball dropping. Between the ball dropping and the Uranus and the urine review, we're just this is quite a night. I gotta tell you, this is quite a night. Paul J says FDT. I think I know what that means, and I gotta say I agree. Let's see, where else were we at here? Oh yeah, talking about Paul J. I see familiar handles. I'm just hanging out on this old New Year's Eve. I got nothing else. I got nowhere else to go. Not doing anything else. So I thought I'd hang out with some of my closest friends on YouTube. And also, I think this is actually, I forgot to tell Jolie, I think this should be, I'm doing a multicast. I believe this is also on Facebook. But really no one ever watches over there, so I don't really pay attention to it. And I was having problems with Facebook. With the Facebook, I know Jolie was a mod on that one. And now, if I go back over there, I'm not even sure how to set that up. So I'm not going to worry about Facebook, Jolie. We don't have to worry about it. But I do believe it is. I am multicasting to over there, and then see, Facebook is so weird. I don't even know how to find it. Liberal Dan on Facebook. I just went over to Facebook. He says, "Man, I haven't posted on Facebook since last year." See, you guys are so funny. Funny. Funny guys. I can't even. Oh yeah, if I get if I push my little icon. So there it is. I am on Facebook. I do see me. I see me. But oh, Jolie is there. Did you just now go on, Jolie? Um, I'm just wondering, are you still a mod, Jolie? Because I had stopped doing this for this is the first time in what 6 months or 9 months. It's been a long time since I've done since I've multicasted to over there, and so I don't know if you're still a mod or not, and I don't even know how to set it up. It's really weird. Um, let's see. Who can comment on this post? See, I don't see anything on here about like how to do anything. See, it just says thing about captions. Um, Something went wrong. I kind of hate Facebook because it's just stupid. Anyhow, we're on Facebook, and for the first time in almost I don't know how long. I used to do Twitch also, but Twitch was getting all weird too. So I don't know. I might try to go on Twitch again just to see how it works, but it's always so clunky and hard for me to try to set up anything on there. To like get the mods going and everything. I can't even find the buttons for that. My name's Kevin. Yeah, Josh. Why is everything moving? I'm trying to concentrate here. Paul J. I'm still learning. Mike Mayberry. Hey TJ, do you like the show Mystery Science Theater? Yeah, I do, and I watch that every now and then. I know they keep running their marathons and stuff on YouTube. Uh, yeah, it's funny, but I've probably seen all those back like 20 years ago. Vicky says it's going to take a lot of work to keep our wits about us. Yeah, but we can do it. Why does Kevin Anderson? Jolie is mod with Aaron. Yep. I got Aaron and Jolie out here. Steve Sears says I'm listing more left every day. My hull leaking, or is that a good thing? I have no idea. All I know is that one time I had a little tiny sailboat. I mean, it was big enough for like 3 people, and we took it out on the lake. And one of my best friends broke the mast. The mast on day one. We were out in the middle of the lake, and fortunately it wasn't a huge lake. It was kind of a small lake. So we broke the mast, and then we sort of just. I think we had a couple of paddles. I guess we were able to paddle back to shore or something. This is way back. I think I was still in high school, or probably like a senior in high school or something. Roxanne, I'm holding on for at least another 25 minutes. All right. Yeah, we got 25 minutes until Central Time or Mountain Time Zone. CR's here. Hey, CR, good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the chat room. We're just hanging for this New Year's Eve. We're just going to hang. We're talking in the new year. We're not rocking in, we're talking in. Diane Russell, she was rocking in the new year. I'm talking in the new year. See what I did there? See what I did? Minus Kevin says, book face smash. Paul J right now on Facebook. Yeah, I'm multicasting. This very show that you're watching now is also on Facebook. If you prefer Facebook, but personally, I prefer YouTube. Kristen says I'm shutting down my Facebook and Twitter X tonight. So you're saying bye bye to Facebook and X. I deactivated my X account probably like 6 months ago. I was way ahead of the curve on that one. Let's see. Josh says Kevin as a random golf cart blows up in the background. Paul J, I'll follow on Facebook. Yeah, on Facebook, it's on my regular just John Fowler channel, I guess, is where it would be. Paul J, big shows, I prefer Facebook. Okay. See, that's the thing. That's why I guess you should be on multiple platforms if you're doing a show. Some people prefer Facebook. Some people prefer Twitch. So maybe on Thursday I'll try to go and do Twitch again, like because on the app that I'm using. See, I'm using it's a mobile app to do the show off of. It's the Prism, and I can multicast. And I don't know if there's a limit because they have a list, and they have Facebook and Twitch and YouTube, and then there's some other ones that I don't never really heard of. So I don't multicast to those, but I can do for sure Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. Jeff Curry says, "Does anyone know tech stuff? My phone battery dies fast when it's sitting by my laptop." Huh? I don't know. Maybe not put your phone next to your laptop. Putin's Puppy says the channel this aged great reminds me of a modern version of Mystery Science Theater. This aged great. Paul J. How minus etc. 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 Yeah, check us out, Paul. It's just I guess just search John Fowler. Did I close it out? I think I closed it. Let me go back. Oh, there it is. Let's see if I can get a link. John Fowler is live now. Trying to find like where I can just grab a link on that. Yeah, this is weird. Oh, okay, that's to make a clip. I guess you can make a clip. Type of a deal. Anyhow, I don't know how to grab the link. Maybe Jolie knows how. Jolie says, I've just been checking in over here. I don't think I'm a mod here. Yeah, and I don't know. Oh, wait. Uh, oh, I pushed the thing. I can ban you, and I can report you. I can delete the thing. I can pin comment. But I just like pressed on your little icon there, face thing. I was trying to see if I could make you a mod from there, but apparently not. So I don't know how to do it. I know I did. I figured it out at one point in my life. I did figure it out how to make you a mod. Um, but I figured that out. I put a little emoji thing, my face thing. Yeah, your little face thing. I pushed on it, and it lets me do all the bad stuff. I can't do any of the good stuff. I can't make you a mod. Anyhow, there's that. But I think we're okay for now. We'll be okay. I don't. Usually, I only don't. Usually, if anyone's on there, it's only you. And now, I guess maybe Paul J will go over there. I think we can trust. Hopefully, we can trust Paul J to be on best behavior. Um, Paul J's chilling. Hey, there's Sean Z. Sean G. Sean Z. Hope I'm saying that right. Says starting at the beginning of the stream and finishing the last, I guess, drink of the year. Well, thanks for being here, Sean G. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. CR says happy 2025. Steve Sayers, can we talk till dawn? Well, you guys can, but at 12:01, I'm shutting the thing off, and I'm gonna go to bed, or probably watch. I'll probably watch some TV or something. I don't know. So, Fancy, I just woke up. What are you doing? Hey, Fancy. Well, I think I did say I might come on. So we're just on. We're talking in the new year. Like I said, I'm proud of my little kind of joke. Jeff Curry would probably be proud of this too. Like I said, Diane Russell, she was rocking in the new year. Like she rocked in the new year. I'm talking in the new year. We're just going to talk in the new year. And then we're going to talk in the new year. See, there's a bunch of entendres there, Jeff. We're talking in the new year, and then we're going to talk in the new year. But anyhow, Fancy, thanks for being here. Good to see you. So you should be bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. You're ready to get in the chat here and mix it up. Mike Mary says, all I watch is YouTube and free over-there TV. People don't know regular rabbit ears still work. Yeah, there's still stuff you can get over the air. Yeah. Vicky, does Blue Sky show videos? You can, well, from what I've seen, you can post the links, and then you can just in your profile or on your feed, and just watch it that way. Hey, Progressively Independent here. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. It says I just downloaded Twitch. So Progressively Independent. Do you prefer Twitch? Because maybe on Thursday's show, I can't do it now, but on Thursday, maybe I'll see if I can get back on Twitch, and we'll do a multicast, which will be Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube all at once. And I know I had Jolie set up on Twitch to be moderator. I don't know if that's still is still set up or not, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. Josh says YouTube is my only social I pay attention to. YouTube is my favorite. It really is my favorite. I think it works the best. Paul J says I want to learn how to be a streamer. Well, go to the. Do you have YouTube Studio? And you can go. There's all kinds of great information on there. It tells you what you need to do as far as how many subscribers you need to get, how many watch hours you need to get, and then there's also there's further links in there about the what do they call it? There's different ways of doing it. Like I'm doing it through an app, so it's really easy, but it's also limited to what you can do. But you can get there's other ways you can do it where it's much more complex, and you can do a lot more things. But I think the YouTube Studio is a great source for finding a lot of that stuff out. Brooklyn, New York, John, I never thought of you as having a last name. Right, I know, just Trucker John, right? Midas Kevin says, Fancy, what would be our time for the show? Sean Z says, oh my fucking God, that draft filter about killed me. That drag filter about killed me. It hurts to shoot wine out of your nose. Well, What drag filter? I don't know. Fancy says, "Don't rush me, Kevin. I'm so behind." Progressively Independent says, "Oh my God, fireworks going off." There's Jolie with the Facebook link. Thank you, Jolie. See, Jolie figures this shit out, man. I couldn't figure it out. But there you go, Paul. If you want to go over there, you can check that out. Midas Kevin says, "I'm not using, just curious." Or I'm not rushing. I'm not rusing. I'm not rusing. I know, I know. I do it all the time. I mistype. They're called typographical errors. Fancy says, "Here too, they woke me up shooting the fireworks." Mike Mayberry, Putin's puppy, ever watch Red Letter Media? And then there's a link, another link. Okay. Oh, wait, we got two links for Facebook. Trucker John's Facebook page. Yeah, so we got it, I guess, twice on there. So there it is. Yeah, whoever's interested in, if you prefer Facebook, go over there. And again, be on your best behavior because I haven't figured out how to do mods yet. Taylor Price says, "I have a very noisy neighborhood. I'm keeping an eye on the chat and on my street." That's kind of hard to do. But you got to do what you got to do. Minus Kevin says, "Fancy, I'm going to be a good mod, I promise." I promise. I promise. Putin's Puppy says, "Mike Mayberry, I don't too. So I don't think so. But it sounds familiar. The thumbnails look good." Mike Mayberry, Putin's Puppy, try their show Best of the Worst. It's a lot like MSTK3. All right, that's a recommendation we might follow up on. I feel like I got a hair in my eye or something. I don't know. I got a hair in my eye. Yeah, Roxanne says fireworks have been going off all night. I don't know what happened at 12. Maybe they already shot their load. Oh, they're probably just getting started. Vicky, it's nice to be close to my bed. Most New Year's celebrations I've attended weren't better than being home. Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly at the age where I had no problem just staying home. When I was younger, sure, when especially like my 20s, I wanted to be out, and be a wild man. Mike Mayberry, I'm going to play some Atari after midnight. There you go. That sounds like fun. Jeff Curry, I'm not going to break. Jeff, I'm waiting for a joke. Doesn't want to break that resolution. Fancy is gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Fancy. Appreciate that. And David Windler is the lucky recipient of that. So thank you very much, Fancy. Great way to support the show and get people in here and hang out with us. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Progressively Independent, I never used it before. Progressively Independent, I am a YouTube gal. Me too. I'm a YouTube gal as well. I really like it the best. CR says, "Happy to mod here or Twitch, but I never kick anyone." Yeah, that's sort of like a last resort type of a thing. If someone's just really vile, really hateful, really, you know, just a lot of like slurs and things like that. Then yeah, they probably deserve to get kicked or booted. Fancy says, "I have a green screen and I need to learn how to use it." See, on mine, it's pretty easy. I have the Prism app, and I just push a button, and it goes down to the chroma key thing, and then I can put in the backgrounds. So it's not that hard. Pretty much, if I can figure it out, pretty much anyone can figure it out. Fancy says, "My kitten is big-eyed, sitting next to me." Aw. Progressively Independent says, "No, but I have a bunny losing her mind." Poor bunny. Yeah, Fancy said that too. Poor bunny. I agree. I feel sorry for the dogs and the cats and the bunnies that are getting scared, from all the loud noises. Vicky says my cats have a mouse cornered. They're not gonna let me sleep. Steven Sayer says after 10 years, our puppy has calmed down and doesn't tremble now. It took 10 freaking years though. That's sad, huh? Jackie says my dog is the opposite. She wants to go outside and bark. Liberal Dan. Liberal Dan's here. Hey, Liberal Dan. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Liberal Dan. Man, it's late for you, kind of, isn't it? 11, 12, 1. Yeah, almost 1 o'clock there, I guess. By golly. Happy New Year to Liberal Dan. Yeah, we've got, I think it's an hour and 9 minutes for us over here. Just 9 more minutes for the folks in the Mountain Time Zone. Is there anyone in the Mountain Time Zone in the chat, by the way? I don't think I asked that. If you're in the Mountain Time Zone, raise your hand or say something, and we'll be sure to wish you a Happy New Year in about 9 minutes. Liberdan says, "Hey, Fancy, Happy New Year! Awesome of you to get the membership. John deserves all the support he can get. Thank you, Liberal Dan." And likewise to Liberal Dan. Liberal Dan, greatest show, best show on the internet as far as I'm concerned. And you guys need to check them out every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time, right here on YouTube. And Liberal Dan might be on some other platforms as well. I'm not sure. I always just watch on YouTube because I like YouTube the best. But yeah, make sure you check out Liberal Dan Monday, Wednesday. Liberal Dan says Happy New Year to Josh and to Jackie. And, it says hey to Jackie. Progressively Independent says Fancy, she's 4 years old, but she's okay now. Liberal Dan's dogs are currently not happy. Are you talking about your feet or your actual dogs? No, I'm just kidding. Of course you're talking about your doggies. Like puppy doggies. Liberal Dan, I'm not sure about the cat, or my cats are hiding, as they are wont to do. As they are wont to do. Brooklyn, New York's I'm going to take you to bed and watch you there. Wow, okay. If you insist. It's not the first time I've had that proposition. Anyhow, Dave Windler says, thanks, Fancy. Yeah, there you go. Liberal Dan, you missed all the Uranus talk earlier. We got into a bit of me and Jeff and Jolie, we got into a bit of a little, I don't know what you would call it, but we got into it a little bit. It was like, it was getting hairy. The Uranus talk was getting hairy in the old chat room here. Anyhow, I had to bring that up again, didn't I, Jeff? Roxanne Arfield is raising their hand. I believe, Roxanne, you are in the Mountain Time Zone, so I believe so. About 6 more minutes for you, and you will get a rousing Happy New Year. Fancy says I have to set an alarm for that. Those are my sleeping hours. And there is the link Jolie put up for Liberal Dan's YouTube channel, right there. You guys can go there, check out Liberal Dan. Make sure you give him a subscription, if you would. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's free. Just hit the sub button, become a subscriber, and check out the show Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central Time. Sierra says that Liberal Dan deserves 1 million viewers, and I agree. Liberal Dan says YouTube is best because I can make sure that ads don't run during the live streams. I can't stop that on Twitch. Yeah, and that's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying, Vegas at Jeff Curry, they're calming things to repeat yourself when stressed. It's from Zen meditation. Oh, yes, Zen. I'm zenning out, man. But I don't want to do that yet. I want to wait till, the thing goes off. We got 5 minutes for Central Time Zone. 5 more minutes. Liberal Dan says, CR, thank you. Maybe this year I'll figure out how to start getting new subs again. I think, you just got to put out as much content. I know Liberal Dan puts out a lot of content. So, yeah, it gets kind of frustrating. Not to begrudge anyone, but like you see other channels that get up to like 100 grand, like 100,000, like that. And God bless them. Hope the best for them. And then there's people like me and Dan, and we've been on for years and years and years. But I gotta say, for me, these last couple of years, I've seen a lot of growth. I mean, I went from like I say, like 100, and now we're at 3690 something, almost at 3700, and we've got probably like I think 2500 or so just in 2024 alone. So 2024 was a pretty good year for me. It's not good like for a Cliff Schechter who gets 100,000 in a couple of months. Like I said, not begrudging Cliff, more power to him. But it's just interesting, like, and I know we get suggestions to put out more content, put out more shorts, put out, that. And I know Dan's doing that. I'm doing that. Sometimes you just got to get a little bit lucky too. Like I did the Harris Walls rally. That thing went kind of viral. I got like 290,000 views within the first 24 hours. And now I'm at 293. So the first 24 or 48 hours, I guess it went to 290. And then ever since then, since what was that, August or something or whatever it was, we've gotten another 3,000 views on it. But out of that video, I probably got close to 2,000 subscribers. Certainly well over 1,000. Maybe maybe it was like I don't know, maybe 1,500 subscribers just from that video, that big video that went kind of viral. So that helps a lot. So if you can get a video and then it goes viral like that, that's I guess that's what we're always hoping at. We put out videos. Like I had no idea that video would do that. You just never know. You just never know. I never in a million years did I think that rally video was going to get 290,000 views in like less than 2 days. I really think it was like a day and a half. Because I just made it like I make all my videos. I didn't really do anything different, but it was Kamala Harris, and everyone was interested to see what her rallies were like, because that was when she had just come out to run. I think that might have been her first or one of her first, or maybe not the first, but one of her very first rallies after she had taken the top of the ticket. And because when Biden stepped down, and and Trump was saying that Trump and the maggots and everything, they were saying that her rallies, that was all AI. Remember that? They were saying that her crowds, she wasn't getting anybody, and it was this AI. If you see a video and it looks like a big crowd, it's just AI. So that's why I went. That's why I went and covered that the Harris Walls rally, to show that it's not AI. Of course, I got accused by some people, some maggots in the comments section, saying that it was AI. And by the way, 1 minute to Central Time Zone. But we did show some pretty big crowds, and people were really, really interested in seeing what Kamala Harris was all about. This is when it was the very front of the campaign, the very early days of the campaign. So that sometimes the timing, timing's everything, I guess. Anyhow, here we're counting down, and we're at 10:59. I don't have a countdown going. I'm just going to look at my watch, and as soon as it says 11 o'clock, I'm going to say Happy New Year to Central Time Zone. Okay, here we are. It's 10:59. I have no countdown. I have no second hand, or no, whatever you call it, second hand, the second hand. We're at 10:59, 10:59, 10:50. Oh, 11 o'clock. There we go. Happy New Year to Roxanne. Is it Roxanne? Is in the time zone, the Central Time Zone. Happy New Year to all the folks in the Central Time Zone. You guys are now officially in 2025. Goodbye, 2024. Good riddance. Here we go. Off to bigger and better things. And there you go. Welcome to 2025. Happy New Year, Central Time Zone. Okay, so where did I leave off in the chat? I guess talking about dogs calming down. Liberal Dan says, I think maybe this year I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, I think that's where I left off. Okay. Liberal Dan, you got into Uranus. See, I say it the proper way. That's why do I drudge up shit that anyhow. We put that in our past. I think we all walked away not too scuffed up from it, and then here I go drudging it back up again. And then Brooklyn there, John. Then John reviews urine. Reviews urine. No, I didn't review my urine. It was a year-in review. Oh my God. Josh says it takes 4 years old for every dog I've had to calm down. Jeff Curry, Uranus, Harry talk will not break me. I'm trying to break. Jeff Curry has a New Year's resolution to not tell any more jokes. So, Liberdan says, "Hey Roxanne, I love Chuck and John's show. John is awesome. Thank you very much. I try to stop in whenever I can. Yeah, it's been a while. Good to see you on this glorious New Year's Eve. Now for some of you, you're into New Year's morning, I guess." Jolie says, "What do Starship Enterprise and toilet paper have in common? They're both headed for Uranus, and they both take out Klingons." Let's see. I am stuck on top chat. I have no ability to go to all chat. So if I am missing anybody's pertinent chats or something, then that could be one reason why. The other reason could be I'm just skipping over you just because I'm kind of behind or whatever. Liberdan says, I have random shorts made from TikToks. Oh, yeah, I've seen those and have garnered a lot of views. Nothing really has went viral, especially none of the ones that I hoped would. See, that's the thing, too. I'll make a video or something and I think, this is it, man. This is fucking awesome. This is beautiful. I spent a lot of work, editing and putting music on or doing this or that, or just my own just beautiful, witty banter. And I'm like, this is it, man. It's going to go viral. And it gets like 2 views, and there's something else I'll just put out, and I'm just like, let's put it out, see what happens, and it'll get, a few hundred or sometimes a few thousand, a couple thousand, and you just never know, and I didn't expect it. Fancy says I have a few posts on Blue Sky that went viral. Fancy, you're killing it over there on Blue Sky. You got like what, 50, 60,000 followers? Fancy, that Blue Sky is Fancy Land. That's Fancy's domain. Don't even try to, Fancy's got that one. CR says, Liberal Dan Radio, I think TikTok is a sewer, but that's just me. I also deactivated my TikTok account. I guess it was earlier this year. 2024, which I'm still in 2024. I've got about 56 minutes. And hopefully my mic will hold up and my phone will hold up. This is where we're going to start getting into where things might start dying. I think the mic will die before the camera dies, the phone dies. Like I said, I can't plug in my phone when I have the mic on because the mic has this little receiver that you plug into it. Josh says, TJ, remind yourself what 3,700 subs people would look like in an auditorium. Well, depending on the auditorium, that might look like a full house or it might look pretty empty. But it would be cool. It would still be cool. Steve Sayers, Mountain Time. Yeah, there we go. So Happy New Year to you. For Steve, I guess you're in the Mountain Time zone. Krista says, keep throwing your line in the water. You never know. Yeah, you never know. That's true. And I would like to think that, I don't know. I guess I just love myself. And I can't understand why other people don't love me as much as I love myself. and my videos, because I put out my videos and I'm like, oh, this is a great video. And like 3 people will look at it. And I'm like, it could be a little, you know, depressing maybe. I don't know. Josh, it's Yippee Mountain time. Did I say Yippee? No, I didn't say Yippee. I said Happy New Year though. Right? Fancy says an hour to go for us. Yeah, there. We are. 55 more minutes. 55 mementos. Oh, there's Miami Steve Van Zant on there. I'm gonna go to a Vegas feed. Let's see here. Happy New Year. Here's one. New Year's. I don't know who that is. See, I got to put my other glasses on. I got to switch glasses. Let's see who that is. Who's this? Jean Lynn Torsey? I don't even know who that is. There's San Francisco, New Year's Eve. I wanted to get a Vegas one. Here's a Vegas one. I kind of don't like this guy. His page is called Not Leaving Las Vegas, but he's a maggot. But he's cool. He has a lot of good information about Vegas. But then every now and then he'll drift off into some maggot shit, and it kind of pisses me off. I do see there's the MSTK Forever-a-thon is on. I do see that. Here's Chaos Notorious. He's an Uber driver. Let's see what he's got going. I don't like his though because he switched from doing the horizontal view to the vertical view, and I don't like it. So I'm going off of that one. Associated Press. Here's Associated Press. This is a good feed. Lots of people down on the strip right now. I was watching earlier, and it was not that many, but now we are 52 minutes away, so the strip is filling up. What they do is they close the strip off for a couple miles of strip. They close it off to vehicles, and they let everyone just walk out onto the strip, and they have some really awesome fireworks shows, as you can see behind me. Anyhow, so there's that. Steve Sayers says, John, it's 1 a.m. in Central Time Zone. Yes, it is. I know. We already said Happy New Year to the Central Time Zones. We already did that one. We just did Mountain Time Zone, just the last one. Minus Kevin, I'm in 25. I'm in 25 already. Jeff Curry, so how many thinks I can stay serious? Even that made me laugh, Jeff. You make me laugh even when you're not trying to tell a joke. Floyd Price says Iowa is 2025 in the house. Happy New Year, folks. Happy New Year, Floyd. Good to see you. Thanks for checking us out. We're just hanging out here on the old New Year's Eve, New Year's night, New Year's morning, all that good stuff. Are you guys going to get up and watch the Rose Parade in the morning? In my opinion, the Rose Parade is the best parade of all the parades. It's the most beautiful. Jolie, you ruined the joke, John. Sorry. Sorry, Jolie. I do that. I have a tendency to do that. Fancy says it's a roll of the dice. Fancy, almost 60,000 over there on Blue Sky. Fancy is tearing it up over there. Fancy gifted another membership. Thank you, Fancy. And Kellahella was the recipient, lucky recipient. So I wonder if Kellahella will show up. Thank you, Fancy. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for helping us out on the old Trucker John channel. Minus Kevin Anderson says, we don't do fireworks here, Fancy. They just shoot off sparklers. Did you say sparklers? Did someone say sparklers? Fancy says, I wish they did that here, Kevin. It sounds like a war zone. Yeah, some places are like that. I mean, even in Vegas, like over here, it hasn't been too bad. But I've seen other parts of Vegas that, like when I was driving for Uber last year, I remember I went down some streets like to pick people up or drop them off that looked like a war zone had gone off with all the spent fireworks, the aerials and stuff that laying in the street, just so much like debris and like that they don't, of course they don't bother to sweep up, and you're trying to drive through that shit. Good thing it was a rental because you know. Vicky says, "Does Johnny D have anything? He's in Vegas." Johnny D? I used to work with a Johnny D. Um, I don't know what Johnny D you're talking about. Tamara Price is getting really noisy. Got to get going and move my car. See you soon. Happy New Year. Minus Kevin Holds Fancy. Fancy says, it is the best and it smells so good. Fancy says, 1 year a bullet came through my window and missed me by about an inch. Oh my God, Fancy. We were talking about bullets earlier, about people shooting guns off in the air. And I was telling people in LA, and even in where I lived in Palmdale, it happened a couple times, but almost every year in LA, there's a few people that get shot in the head. Sometimes they die, sometimes they don't, but they get shot in the head from someone who fired guns in the air. From people doing that, I mean, they have to have like public service announcements all the time about about not shooting the guns in the air because what goes up must come down. So yeah, man, that's scary, Fancy. That was a close call. Progressively Independent says, thanks for hanging with us, John. Got to get some sleep. Have a great night and Happy New Year to you all. Well, thank you, Progressively Independent. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit here, and Happy New Year to you. And we'll see you on the next one, which will be Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Fancy says, scared me. Yeah, I bet. Whew. God, that would be terrifying. Krista says, irresponsible people. I can remember people actually wearing like old army helmets and stuff like that on, uh, like around midnight, if anyone was out at midnight, you know. MJ, very American. Yeah. Vicky says, oh, John D. Domenico is a great Trump impersonator. Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking about. I think I must have been. I must sub to him because I see his videos in my feed, or he's in my feed all the time. CR, you're the best, John. Happy 25. Thank you, CR. You're the best. No, you're the best. You're the best. Thank you so much, though, for hanging out with us. We're just counting down. We're about what are we? 46 minutes away from our Pacific time zone, getting into the new year. Minus Kevin, Fancy, me, protect you, Roxanne. Good night, everybody. Hope to see everyone in 2025. Yeah, me too. Hope to see you, and we will. We'll be seeing you in all the familiar places. In all the familiar places. Um, but yeah, Happy New Year to you. Fancy says I like that guy. Yeah, I guess that John D. Domenico. He's pretty funny. He doesn't really look anything like Trump, but if you just close your eyes and listen to him, he sounds just like him. Fancy's going to put some coffee on. Be right back. Josh says, why do people shoot at their Sky Daddy? Yeah, I mean, they like to make big boom noises. to celebrate New Year's Eve. And maybe back in the old cowboy days when there was only, you know, a very small, a much smaller amount of people. Most places were kind of rural, and the odds of someone getting hit were probably much smaller than they are now. Especially if you're in LA or any big metropolitan area where there's millions and millions of people living all around you, and you start firing guns into the air, it's almost guaranteed that someone's going to get hit. Out of all the guns that are being fired, someone's going to get hit that night with a bullet. Look at there. What happened now? Jolie. Hey, Jolie. 10 memberships. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you for helping the show out and supporting us. You're a mod and you're a supporter of the show. I appreciate it. And I like to read the names off. It's always fun to see who gets there. Patty Ann got a membership, who I don't think I've ever seen in here before. Seattle Suzy Q. I think I've seen Seattle Suzy Q every now and then. So Seattle Suzy Q got one. Stan Binner, who I don't believe I've seen. So maybe this will bring some of these folks in to check us out. Peggy Peg, who again I don't think I've seen before. James Jaramillo got one. I've seen James all the time, so that's pretty awesome. Stones, Bones, and Collectibles, who I've never seen before, has gotten one. Donna O was gifted a membership by Jolie. Donna O, I think I've seen Donna O. Been a while. Maybe this will bring Donna O back. Nelson Silva, who I don't remember seeing before. Maggie May. I like that Rod Stewart song. Maybe Maggie May will come in. So thank you so much. And then we got Pariah Pokemon, West, in parentheses, that's West Bragg. Got one. So thank you so much, Jolie. I appreciate that. And it'll be interesting to see if some of those folks actually come and check out the show. Midas Kevin Anderson says, hugs Jackie and Fancy. Sean Z says, nice. Krista says, we used to go camping where no one else was around to shoot off guns at midnight. Yeah, I mean, there's certain places you can do that for time and place. And even then, it's still risky. I mean, are you 100% sure there's no one, around? But yeah, there's it's just crazy if you're in a big city or even a little city. Like I lived in Palmdale, Lancaster area in the desert. Compared to LA, it's a small city, but still, both of those towns have populations of 150,000 people each. So you've got 300,000 people in this, 20-mile radius. Odds are someone's going to get hit by one of those bullets. Tamara Price says that I returned from the dangerous outdoors. These people, why do they fire off weapons? It's freaky. Yeah. That's why it's best to stay in, even though like Fancy's was, I think, inside her house and almost got hit. So it depends on the angle and everything else. If it comes through a window or, some bullets can go through a wall, I'm hearing fireworks now, I think. A lot of fireworks. Ooh, that's an aerial. Just someone shot off an aerial. I'm seeing Las Vegas Boulevard, the Strip. Pretty packed with people. Vicky, drone shows are impressive. Yeah, when I was at that Tropicana implosion a while back, they had a great drone show going on, and fireworks show. The fireworks show was awesome. They did fireworks and drones. Jeff Curry, thank goodness I'm taking it out on friends on phone. I'm being overly serious with them. MJ Daniel says, in high school, I would shoot my shotgun in the air, but we live outside of town a bit. Yeah, I mean, if you're out in the boonies, that's a whole different thing. Fancy is back. Minus Kevin needs to sleep. All right, Kevin. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy New Year to you. Krista says the first rule of shooting is to know your target and what's around it. You can't do that if you shoot in the air. Yep. Yeah, because you don't really know where it's going to land, you know. Clover's here. Hey, Clover, good to see you. Hello, Clover. Josh says, I found a couple cans of old spray foam insulation in my basement, and I intend to shoot for science in my backyard cornfield. I know, it is fun to shoot shit, isn't it? Like if you're like even an outdoor shooting range, or you're out in the boonies, and I lived in the desert, and there was lots of places for us to go out into the desert and shoot shit. And it wasn't like an official shooting range. We just went out to the desert, out to the middle of nowhere, and you could see that there was no one around. And you just get cans and bottles and fill up milk jugs with stuff, and it's just fun to shoot them. I loved my dad used to have this 30-30 Winchester rifle, and I loved that gun. And that was fun to shoot and fun to shoot into stuff with it. Jeff Curry says, MJ in high school, principal saw my shotgun when I was putting it in the locker. He wanted to see it. He had the same one in his office. We're going hunting after school. Jesus, Jeff, what millennia did you go to school where it's okay to bring shotguns to school? Brooklyn, is it 2026 yet? It will be here sooner than you think. Believe me, it'll seem like just yesterday that we were where we are right now. Chris, the unofficial shooting ranges. You like that, huh? Jolie says, thanks for your contribution to the scientific community, Josh. Chris says, Trucker John, I have a 30-30 lever action. They are fun. Yeah, that's what we had. It was like, we used to call it the cowboy gun because it was like what you see in the cowboy movies. It was a great gun, and then my parents and my brother, I left when I left home. I just had a little 22 Remington, but it was a gift from my grandfather, and it was a nice, really nice little 22, and it was fun to shoot, you know. And then we had the 30-30 Winchester. Those were our two rifles, basically. That's all we had. We didn't have any handguns. We just had those two rifles. And so anyhow, when I moved out and I, started doing my thing, going off and living my life, I left my Remington 22 with my dad because I didn't feel like moving it. I didn't feel like carting it around with me or whatever. So I just left it in his charge, and they didn't take good care of it. They just left them sitting out in the garage, not locked up, not in a case, not in a storage case or a locker or anything like that. It was just laying probably against the wall or on a bench or something. And they were out in Apple Valley. It's kind of a somewhat rural area, and someone went in the garage and stole the guns. Man, they stole our fucking my rifle and the other in his rifle. But that's not how you're not supposed to be so irresponsible with weapons like that. You can't just leave them out laying in the garage and some asshole comes in and steals it. Anyhow, Minja Daniel says, same here. It was a Walla Walla late 1970s, so we did not have far to drive to find places to shoot. Josh says, I've always wanted a lever action just because. Yeah, they're cool. MJ Daniel says, I had one of those 30-30 lever action saddle guns. I paid $100 for it. We would fill up an empty box wine with water. They blew up nicely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was that. Those guns could do some damage, man. Christian says, I need to take a good road trip to get my guns out of storage. Fancy says, those are gang guns today. I thought the gang guns were like, you know, the Glock 9mm and the 45s, like the handguns. And then maybe, I don't know. What do I know? I'm just watching movies, I guess, maybe a Mac 10 or whatever. Maybe a sawed off shotgun. Um, Jeff Curry says Winchester 33 lever action was the first deer I killed. But you're just rolling them off. Steven Sear says I got a couple of Henry's 22 mag and 45 long Colts. Fancy says any guns are gang guns. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I see. I'm out of cherry. I'm out of Signature Select Cherry's Cola Soda. I'm gonna go get another one. I'm gonna splurge. I usually don't just sit around drinking too many sodas, but since it's New Year's Eve, I'm gonna splurge because if it was beer, I'd be down in beers left and right. So I guess I can have a couple of Signature Select Cherry Cola sodas. So I will be right back. Let me move this table out so I don't knock anything over. All right. All right. I'm back. We got about 32 minutes. Ah. Signature Select Cherry Cola Soda. Nothing beats it, I tell you. Fancy, get a donut too. If I had a donut, I would. I don't have any donuts. And but you know what I have? Thanks for reminding me because I did want something. I did want something sweet. I have an ice cream sandwich. I'm gonna get that bad boy out. Well, I have a whole box of them. These things are the hardest things to unwrap. See, I got me a Neapolitan ice cream sandwich. It's in two halves now because every time I try to unwrap the goddamn things, they just fall apart. It really pisses me off. Anyhow, I got me an ice cream sandwich. Now, the thing about that, now I got this stuff all over my fingers. Steve Sayers, I have a Christmas tree cake. That sounds nice. Krista says, Trucker John, I just bought coffee cakes. NJ Daniel, I seem to have a memory of getting cherry Coke when they put the cherry syrup in it before serving. Yeah, like if you were like in the old days when they had like the soda fountains or whatever. Vicky says, last time I had cherry Coke, it was a soda fountain in the 60s. This is not cherry Coke. This is Signature Select Cherry Cola Soda. Steve Sayers now says, damn it, I gotta have a cup of coffee. Josh says, I've been more interested in air guns nowadays. Don't need earplugs, and I'm never hunting big game or shooting more than 100 yards. These things are so messy, though. Yep. Somebody just shot off some more fireworks. I was going to step outside and do live streaming of the sphere, right for the countdown. I'm almost afraid. All this talk about bullets and guns and bullets. I'm gonna have to wear my helmet. There you go. Will this protect me? RC Cherry is my favorite, says Jeff Curry. Another humdinger. Ba-dum. Fancy has coffee and raspberry coffee cakes. That sounds delicious. Krista sounds like a Hobbit pantry in there now. Jeff Curry, I know a fun fact about ice cream sandwich. Ba-dum. You just keep coming with the jokes there. Jolie says the ice cream sandwich wrapper struggle. I know it well. I guess I'm not the only one. Good to know I'm not the only one. Fancy says, coffee now. I can officially wake up. Jeff Curry says, Josh Crossbow, I can hit a nickel at 40 yards. I'd take a shot at 100. All right, Arrow. All right, Green Arrow. Josh, yeah, says, yeah, Jeff never. Oh, the newer generation crossbows are wild. 25 minutes. Susie Jones, hi everybody. Hey everyone. Hey Susie Jones, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking us out as we hang out. And here on the Pacific time zone, we are about 25 minutes, less than 25 minutes away from the big countdown. I'm not sure what time zone you're in. If you've already rung in the new year or not. But thanks for being here. I do appreciate you. Brooklyn 471, Susie Jones, and then the Trucker John emoji that goes a little something like this. Let's see. MJ Daniel's smoking a bowl right now. Lots of fireworks here. Smoke them if you got them. I'm hearing. See, that's the one that sounds like a gun, but it's probably some firework. That's fireworks there. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm not sure if the mic is picking that up or not. But so far, so good. Speaking of the mic, so far, so good. I guess you guys can still hear me. I still have a green light, so that's good. But I'll keep my eye on it. We're getting close to when this thing might die. What are we at? We're almost at 3 hours and it's still going. Remember that one time? Remember that one time at band camp when the mic died and it was only just barely over 2 hours? For some reason, maybe it didn't charge, and even though I had it plugged in. But anyhow, I'll keep an eye on that. Don O'Leary stepped out to watch Rosa Lounge live Chicago. Sounds like fun. Krista says I need a new rubber band gun to keep the cats away from my TV. Susie Jones, we just had the great potato drop in Boise, Idaho. That sounds like fun. So that's how they do it in Boise, huh? They do the potato drop. Fancy says my cat killed my 55-inch, knocked it over and cracked it. These crazy cats. Fancy says, or Krista says, Fancy, you need a rubber band gun too. Yeah, Fancy says I do. Yeah, that sucks. It knocked over your 55-inch TV. I would be so mad. I would have a stern talking to with my cat if it did that. This helmet doesn't look right, but I'm going to wear it anyhow for protection. Sears says one thing that's not expensive these days: 40 to 50-inch TVs. Yeah, I remember when those, probably even smaller than that, and they'd be like $5,000, $10,000. Now you can get one for $300 or $400 or whatever. Josh says, Fancy, your cat must be MAGA. Susie Jones says it's an 18-foot long potato dropped sideways from a crane. Wow. Is it a real potato that's 18 feet long? Is that even possible? Am I showing how stupid I am about farming and stuff right now? Anyhow, but sounds fun. Vicky says, I don't have TV. Can I watch my phone on my laptop? Probably. Krista says, I'd be having Catatouille fabricated. Okay. All right, Susie. Forgive my potato ignorance. Please forgive me. But that's very fitting, of course. Idaho. Lots of potatoes grown in that area. Lord knows I picked up quite a few as a truck driver. I made quite a few runs up there and picked up some potatoes. a few times, not a whole lot, because I was a dry van. I wasn't a flatbed or anything like that. But I picked up some potatoes up there in my day. By golly, at some processing plants, potato processing or whatever it's called. Vicky says that's for the helmet. I wasn't going to say anything. Thank you for withholding judgment. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It seems a little crooked. Josh says Fancy's cat is running the house and running and wrecking things. Fancy says my 4 cats are laughing out loud. They are the boss of me. Susie Jones, that's a lot of hash browns. Yeah, that would be a lot of hash browns. Fancy says it's stylish. I like it. Thank you, Fancy. Very stylish. Yeah, this is a St. Louis Rams helmet. I think when I got this, no, were they in L.A.? And they still, because when they came to LA, they still used the St. Louis colors for a while. But I'm trying to remember if I got this when they were still in St. Louis. If it's that old, it might not be that old because they've been in LA for almost 10 years by now. I think it's been a while now already. See, we're talking about time flying. Like I said, before you know it, what's this New Year's Eve is going to seem like it was just yesterday. And I will be putting out another year in review. Year in review. All right, Josh or whomever was making fun of me. In another year from now, I will be putting out another year in review. And it'll seem like just yesterday that I put out the one that I put out today. Josh says, Fancy, they are named executive, legislative, judicial, and media. MJ Daniel, Idaho, and Eastern Washington provide the potatoes for much of the world's French fries. Cool. Don O'Leary, TJ still looks cute. Thank you, Don. And this hat, how could I not look cute? I mean, come on. Look at this. I need to get a new one. I need to get one that's updated for the new colors and the LA look. And by the way, Fancy, congratulations on your Chargers. They're playoff bound, right? They had a heck of a season this year. You know, I'm a Rams fan, but I've been known to root for the Chargers every now and then over the years. So as long as it doesn't have any implications on the Rams, I'll root for the Chargers. Vicky, if we're talking food, what is the appetizer made from water, chestnuts, and liver wrapped in bacon called? It's called the thing where I only eat the bacon part. Fancy says, yes, sounds nasty, Vicky. Yeah, that's why I said that's the thing where I just peel the bacon off and eat the bacon. Jolie says, I have one cat. She showed up at my house, moved in, and graciously allowed me to stay here, too. I'm so grateful she lets me live here. She's definitely the boss. Yeah, cats are funny. Cats are funny. Krista says, Fancy, I met another slave in Walmart once. Another slave? The cat treat shelves were almost empty, and we were both trying to pick one that the masters would like. I get it. Fancy says, my papa demands his temptations. Fancy, I hate liver. Donald O'Leary says, Vicky, you wrap the bacon with water chestnuts and soy sauce. Can't remember the name. Me either. Vicky says it's fabulous. Chicken livers, I think. Jeff Curry, St. Louis Rams 2? What do you mean St. Louis Rams 2? I'm saying that these colors were when the Rams were in St. Louis. Even though for the first couple of years that they moved back to LA, they think they still had these colors, and then they went all radical. Krista says it's called No Thanks, I'm on a diet. Fancy says I'm not eating any livers. Yuck. Josh says, Vicky, I think that's what it's called. Probably, I was looking for a proper word for a professional cheese taster today, and Google said cheese taster. There you go. That's what you get for getting all fancy. The fancy words. Don O'Leary says, but the Vikings beat the Packers. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah, they did. And the Rams beat the Vikings, so that means that the Rams are better than the. No, that's not how it works. But the Rams did beat the Vikings earlier in the year. We'll see if they meet up again in the playoffs. I think the Rams are going to play Detroit again, but this time in LA. Fancy says they are arguing on my Blue Sky. It's live 24 hours. Josh says the bacon wrapped scallots are called bacon wrapped scallots. It's disappointing. Yeah, you want some kind of a proper name. You know? Fancy says they are really going at it, laughing out loud. What do you mean that on Blue Sky? Who's arguing on Blue Sky? On Blue Sky? The place where you've got like 60,000 followers? Like just people in your feed are arguing? Or what? Krista says, I had a cat that was so spoiled, we had a list of which fancy feast flavors that she liked. Fancy says, I have posts, and the people get in my comments and argue and debate. The page is live 24 hours a day. That's what I need to start making comments for and have people argue over them. I'm going to try that. Tact. Jeff Curry says, Don, heard today Aaron Rodgers is thinking about other teams he should go to. Is anyone going to want him? Isn't he kind of getting a little long in the tooth? I mean, you pretty much got to go season by season, I think, whether or not, because at his age, his talent, his ability, his skills could just drop off, off a cliff from one season to the next. Fancy says, go there. You can argue all night long. Vicky says, think it has a foreign name, maybe 4 syllables. Ooh, fancy. Not to be confused with fancy, but, fancy word, fancy syllables, all those syllables. Fancy says, I wish the Lakers would get rid of LeBron. He's probably just going to retire as a Laker, right? I mean, he's getting pretty long in the tooth. Aaron West says Aaron Rodgers is a little old. He's like 40 something. He's in his 40s, I think, right? Isn't he? I mean, he's still good. As the Jets are a crappy team, and I guess he doesn't see any future there with them bringing in people he needs. They did get his receiver, his old receiver from Green Bay. He got the head coach fired that was there. He got him fired. Maybe he's not satisfied with the new coach. He's not satisfied with the play calling, the schemes. I don't know. I'm not sure where he's going to go. Jeff Curry says, heard LeBron may join the Warriors. Is he still going to play? These guys just play forever, man. Says Josh, wouldn't short in the gums be the same as long in the tooth? I don't know. Vicky says cheese taster because curd was taken. I heard somebody walking like right next to my window. Speaking of walking, I think I'm gonna take the camera and we'll go for a little stroll. Should we do that? Just for the hell of it? See if we can see the sphere from here? We can see about half of the sphere from here. It's a beautiful view right above the trash dumpsters. In order to see the sphere really good, you got to get right next to the trash dumpster. So we're going to have a view of the dumpsters and then the sphere right behind it. You guys want to go? Should we do that? 9 minutes to go. You guys up for it? Are you up for a little stroll? I feel like I need to adjust this a little tighter. I feel like it's falling off. There, that's a little bit better. All right, so let's do that. I'm going to shut this mic off. And do that. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Mike, it says the mic is on. If you guys can hear me. And Rogers is a nut. Remember, he was all like anti-vax and all that kind of shit. All right, we're going to be walking. We got 8 minutes. Hopefully I won't get shot in the process. Let me take a drink of some of my Signature Select Cherry Cola Soda. All right. Look at there. We're leaving the green screen behind. Let's see. Hopefully we don't lose the signal or anything like that. So here's my courtyard here. There we go. They got their Christmas lights up. All right, so there's the beautiful dumpsters, and way off there in the distance is the sphere. Let's see if I can get around these dumpsters that are very full. Let's see here. Well, there's the top of the sphere. Yeah, there's someone who's got some aerial fireworks going.
I've got my helmet on. The fence is kind of blocking. It's pretty much blocking it. Kind of sucks. I guess it was better where I was at. A few people are out. I think kind of had the same idea as me, looking at the sphere. I think this is a better just to be right over here. It's probably the best spot that I could be on the property here. We've got 4 minutes to count down here. So to the left, I don't know if you guys can see, there's the high roller over there. It's part of it. And then there's the sphere. Peeping John. Hey Alvin Stube, good to see you. I'm just peeping at the sphere. We got Susie Jones, Steven, hey Steven Sayers is here again. You are right there. Putin's puppy, pretty cool to have that sphere. Yeah, I really want to move, I don't know if you can see the corner of that apartment building right there. If that becomes empty, the only thing I don't like about it is it's upstairs, and I'm getting old, and going upstairs is kind of a hassle, especially if you're trying to bring groceries up. But that would be a cool, that might be the best unit in this whole apartment complex if you want to like see the sphere. Although these trees right here are a bit of a problem, those trees right there. But I would, by decree, I would order those trees be cut down. Who needs trees? 2 more minutes. I don't know if the sphere, they've got fireworks going on in the sphere there. I don't know if they're gonna do a countdown or not. It looks like a globe type of a thing. Josh says that fence doesn't look friendly. Good. Try to keep as many people out of here as possible. Fancy says they are going crazy here already. We're at less than 2 minutes to go over here. And I don't have an official countdown. I was hoping that the sphere would do a countdown because we're at less than a minute now. I don't know. Are they going to do anything? Seattle Susie Q says just came on. What a great place to be. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to you. We're at less than a minute. I don't know exactly where we're at. I thought the sphere would have a countdown type of a thing. Maybe they do. I do see a countdown, but I can only see the very top of the number. So, can you guys see it? Whoa, did you hear that? That was loud. I guess are we in single digits? Is it 3, 2, 1? There we go. Happy New Year, everybody. From Las Vegas, Nevada. We got fireworks going off. We got the sphere. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. I hope everyone has a great New Year, regardless of anything that we've been talking about. But there's more over there. On top of Fountain Blue, on top of Resorts World. Got fireworks going off. Back over here. Happy New Year, everybody. There we go. And there's some more there by, and this is just a part of it. I mean, this whole strip is lit up with fireworks all the way to Fremont Street. Thank you, Susie Jones. Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year, Dawn. Happy New Year to Steve. Happy New Year to Jolie and Aaron. Happy New Year to Jeff Curry, funniest man on the internet. He's going to be telling jokes left and right. Happy New Year, Laura Lee. Happy New Year to, whoa! To the loud firecracker. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year to Michael McAndrews, who's in bed now, sleeping. Happy birthday, Robert Perez. Damn, that one was really loud. Happy 2025. Happy New Year, guys. See all the smoke coming out. Yeah, so we got a little fireworks show in here. That's the face emoji with kind of like wearing 2025 sunglasses or not, or glasses, you know, on there. They have, one thing about Vegas, they have pretty good fireworks shows. We're not in the best location to watch it, but even from here, it was kind of cool, you know. Even from here. Oh, I just saw a kitty cat. Speaking of kitty cats, just saw one run by. We're still doing fireworks. Happy New Year, everybody. My son just messaged me, wishing me a happy New Year. Absolutely. Happy New Year to my son and my daughter and all my family and friends, all my friends here on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Still more and more fireworks. I wonder how much money they spend on fireworks. It must be in the millions of dollars. Like just for this show. You know, all up and down the strip. I mean, this is just a little tiny portion of what's going on. Yeah, the sphere is pretty cool. Fancy. Krista says my son's playing Hall of the Mountains King by Sabotage right now. Josh says, I think a small town fair show runs like $25K. Clover's here. Happy New Year, everyone. See you later. Thank you, Clover. Happy New Year to you too. Have a great one. Hope to see you on Thursday morning. I'll be live streaming 9 a.m. Pacific time. Cleansing breath. Susie Jones says, wow, the fireworks. Yeah, they just keep going. Keep going. And they're all up and down the strip. I mean, they're all down here. See, that's the top of Fountain Blue. The Resorts World over there. These ones here are behind the Sphere, which is the Venetian. We're on the Venetian. And then to the left you have like Caesars and Flamingo over there. And like I said, that's just a little portion of it. Yeah, Josh, gotta be millions. Yeah. Wow. Here's the big finale. Happy New Year, everybody. All right. Now I can go to bed. All right, guys. Thanks so much. I'm just going to end it here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, New Year's Eve and into New Year's. I'm going to get in. Let me get back inside the house before I get shot. I'll see you guys Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. You guys all have a great and happy New Year, no matter what. No matter what. All right, guys, that's it. Good night and happy New Year to all of you. Love all you guys. Bye-bye.